What's up guys, IntelliTech Studios here, and if you've been staying up to date with the uploads on this channel, you'll know that I just did a video on vacuuming the living room and the video acquiring the new Kenmore PowerPath upright, so I figured the next video might as well be the other Kenmore that I own, at least the other actual, Panasonic Sears Kenmore, not, a Phantom Kenmore like the Destiny Plus. This is the Kenmore WhisperTone Canister. I forgot exactly which version it is. I believe it's a WhisperTone 100, but I could be wrong about that. I don't know very much about these. But it's the only other canister that I have, and I actually got this at the same time that I got a really old TV that was sitting there for a while, but I've since moved it into the bedroom. But basically, this is one that I got for free just a few blocks away from my old house, which is not that far away from this house. Either way, free, and it works just fine. So I haven't really done any real work to it. The only thing that it really needed was, well, pretty much nothing. I will say that when we moved into this house, we actually found a few little random attachments thrown around the house, and one of them was this crevice tool. Now it obviously doesn't go to this because it's the wrong color, and it's also has a bit of a crack on it somewhere, if I can find it. Yeah, it's a bit cracked right here, and it's very badly scratched up and even has paint on it. So someone probably used this with like a shop vac or something. But it does fit right there, although very loosely. It doesn't actually really lock into place unless you kind of push it into place. But still, it has a crevice tool now, so that's nice. And I believe I actually do have the other two attachments in the proper gray. I believe I got those in the box, or not box, in that pink and green bag that had all the shark parts in it from that one purple shark, which is currently sitting in the back of a closet. I need to pull it out since I ordered a new hose for it. Anyways, so we'll just go ahead and run this real quick, but before then we'll look at the power head, which I don't believe needed anything. It looked like it was good. So yeah, power head's good, brush roll's good, belt's good. Has a, oops, I just hit that desk. It has a height adjustment on it, so I'm just going to leave it on medium since it seems most things work the best on this carpet on the medium setting. Grabbing the vacuum itself and grabbing that so it doesn't fall over. Okay, I guess it'll fall over anyways. We can open up the bag compartment, which is a bit tricky to do. And we can see it has a genuine Kenmore Type C bag in it, with no gasket, unfortunately, but I don't notice any real debris in there. I do need to get a new filter for it because the filter's missing, but the bag doesn't appear to let a whole ton through. And I honestly don't know where the HEPA filter is. It should be somewhere on here. This unit might not even have one that's easily accessible, but I'm sure it's got one somewhere. But yeah, with that in mind, we'll go ahead and give this a run. Now, the only reason I'm even keeping this is because, well, it's free and it's not really too horrible. It's the only canister I have with an actual power head. Every other canister I have, which would include the Sanyo and the Mighty Mite, are both straight suction. So this is the only power head canister I have. I guess other than the Phantom Lightning. I have the Phantom Lightning as well, but this is the only power head canister I have where everything's good on it and there's nothing actually broken on it, unlike the Phantom Lightning. So we'll go ahead and turn this on and run this on the living room carpet. And it needs a headlight. Hey, it didn't get that. Yeah, so this thing is very awkward to use. Yes, just like any canister, this power head will get underneath a bed or get upstairs a lot easier than a lot of other things, but even though this is substantially nicer to use than a newer Kenmore canister, like that green one I had a while ago, like a few years ago, this thing is still just incredibly awkward to use, even more than I remembered. Maybe it's just actually harder to use on this carpet, and I think that's very true because these wheels, the fact that there's wheels on the back and not just another set of casters, and there's only one caster, means that this thing is constantly getting tugged all over the place. This hose is very heavy and not long enough, honestly. Like that's all the length you get. So you're constantly tripping over this thing. Or what I've had to do is, actually basically whenever I'm vacuuming with this, I've had to basically just stick my toes in here and pull the thing along with my other foot while I'm balancing on my other foot and trying to vacuum with this. It's just a mess. And I would say the performance does good, like it grooms the carpet pretty okay, but as you saw, it took so many tries to pick up just the basic debris. Like there was just a couple pieces of paper from like a Subway wrapper that got thrown on the floor by the dogs. And also these brushes are relatively, like these brushes are not indented, but they're recessed inside the power head, and they're also very soft, almost like an Auric brush roll that's worn out. So it's no wonder why this thing doesn't actually pick up all that well. So honestly, like I kept this for a long time. I kept this for a long time because I thought, oh, this is somewhat decent. But I don't know, after just using it on this carpet, there's really not a lot to like about it. It just seems to cause more problems than it solves. And, there's the bag. Not much wrong with that. I mean, you can see that filter is missing. But I mean, there's no debris in here, so I'm not too worried about it. But obviously, long term, I wouldn't want to run this like this. But still, it's just a mess. And of course, yeah, there's that problem. This hose is also so heavy that literally this power head will find any excuse it can to get pulled over. So I don't know, honestly, after using this, until this pedestal didn't even stay in place. I'll be honest, after using this again, I'm not sure if I really want to keep this. This has its problems, and I'm not really sure if they're the kind of problems that I'd deal with. I don't really know if I'd actively pull this out and choose to use it again. And I don't even necessarily think it's all that special as far as keeping it in the collection, so am I going to keep this? I don't know. That remains to be seen. But it does work, to an extent at least. The suction on it's pretty good. There's not much to complain about as far as the suction and the airflow. It's just, well, this power head is just not, you can even tell how cheap it is. And of course the headlight's burned out. Something else that I forgot, so it needs a new headlight bulb. If I'm going to bother to replace that, I don't know. It's not super necessary. I might just throw this thing on Facebook and, Marketplace and get rid of it, but I don't know. We'll see. I'll at least plan on doing a review on it at some point, so even if I do get rid of it, you'll at least see a proper review done on this. Since I didn't really do a very good review on the original Kenmore canister I did, but in my defense, that was like one of the first few vacuum videos I did, so, it wasn't that great. But, nevertheless, this is Intelitech Studios signing out. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are on these machines. It seems like this is just another one of those machines where it just doesn't work that well on this new carpet. And there's a couple other machines that don't work very well on this new carpet either, which include the Dirt Devil Breeze and the Sebo Automatic X5. Those don't work very well at all on the new carpet. They work well. Those ones at least clean well, unlike this. The problem with those is just that they're too hard to push. So, you kind of really need to be in the mood for a workout. And then vacuums that did work good on this carpet, I'm not going to say anything else, I don't want to spoil it, because a video will be coming soon about, you can see there's a little piece of debris in the carpet that this thing left behind, so I might actually have to run over this with another vacuum, which defeats the purpose of having this entirely, because you can't even use this to actually clean. So, anyways, this is Inteltech Studios signing out. I'll see you guys in the next video, and I hope y'all have a good one. Peace. Yeah. Needless to say, this Kenmore I'm a lot happier about than this one.